Good morning. Today is the 11th of February. It is minus 8 degrees Celsius, and this trip has me taking an empty out to Rhode, Ontario, switching for a loaded one and going to South Lee, Massachusetts. That will be for delivery on Wednesday. So let's get it done. I've been into Dryden, done my trailer swap. It's now 1:10 in the afternoon, and I'm just down Highway 502 here in Ontario, which is a little bit slick in places. So that's us on our way to Lee, Massachusetts, or South Lee, Massachusetts, whatever, same place I think. So, still got quite a way to go. It was almost 3,000 kilometres when I left the yard this morning, so it's going to still be about 2,600 now. Might make it there on Tuesday night, but more likely Wednesday morning, depending on the weather really and the traffic. I was having a look at some 3D printers. I don't know anything about 3D printing, apart from the little bit that I've been finding out on YouTube. So if any of you guys do any 3D printing, let me know what would be a good 3D printer to start with for a beginner. Creality Ender seems a very common option. So I was looking at them. In particular, I think it was the Ender V3KE or something, I think it was I was looking at. But if any of you guys know anything about it, let me know in the comments. Well, yeah, just something I'm looking at just now. I haven't really got any plans of where I'm going to get to tonight. Well, saying that, we do this run often enough. I know where I can definitely make, and there's a rest area a bit further on if I've got enough time. So we can definitely make it to Trego, Wisconsin. But there is a rest area a little bit further on from there if I've got enough time. I've made it there a few times in the past, but you do need a good run at it. So maybe today isn't the day for doing that. See how it goes going down this road, and we'll be back later. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. It is 6:15 local time, and I'm just coming into Cleveland, Ohio. I didn't do any filming yesterday because once again I'd accidentally left the cameras on, filled up the memory cards, and the batteries had died on both cameras. So we sorted that out last night.
Keep left.
And here we are back at it this morning. So maybe one day I'll get better at this. But I wouldn't hold your breath. So checking the weather forecast, because I was running into a huge snowstorm. They were forecasting between 9 and 14 inches of snow right in the area I'm delivering in. So I was going to run into snow this afternoon. Well, I still am going to run into snow this afternoon. But I'm now going to be on the looking at the weather forecast on the fringe of the storm. So I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as they were forecasting. Nobody wants to let you over. The lanes are empty there. 3 empty lanes and he wouldn't even move over. So this is Cleveland. That's the city just there on the left. I think that there, right in front there, is I think that's the baseball diamond. I don't even know the team's name from Cleveland. Guardians. Anyway, that's the baseball stadium. So you probably not see too much in the dark anyway. That's already pretty much it for Cleveland. Come through a bit of a, not a tunnel, it's just a long bridge. I suppose it is a bit of a tunnel, but there's such a sharp right hand turn. Here's the sign for it. Bear in mind we're on the interstate here. We've got a 35-mile-an-hour bend on it. This is what happens when you build interstates through the cities. That's the bridge, and the noise that you can probably hear is all rumble strips, just to get you slowed down. Well, that's us already heading out of Cleveland. So we've got the lake over on our left hand side, which you can't see. A couple of boat yards and marinas and stuff all along here, but you're not going to see any of it, so we'll be back later. Not too far from Fultonville, where the TA truck stop is, on I-90. So just about an hour and 3/4 away from my delivery, which will be closed when I get there, but I knew that anyway. They finish at 2, they don't unload after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I was never going to get there in time even when I left. But I am going to go there and park for the night. I did call the customer, went through to voicemail, left a message. They haven't called me back, so I'm just going to go there anyway. There's no gate or fence around the place. Director Neil's already stayed here one night before, so I'm just going to go there, and then I can get unloaded first thing in the morning. The voicemail said they unload from 7 till 2 in the afternoon, so I'll be on the dock ready to get unloaded at 7 o'clock in the morning. Don't know what I'm doing after that yet. Haven't had a load offer for a reload. I expect I'll get that this afternoon once they send in my arrived message. And they realise that I'm there on the doorstep ready to unload. I haven't been out this way for a long time, quite a number of years since I was last this far out on the New York Thruway. All around this area was supposed to get snow today, well, starting last night. Where I'm actually going to deliver, they said up to 14 inches of snow. It's looking like they got next to nothing, if anything at all. It's 7 degrees. I spoke to, well, there's another British driver that lives out in Upper New York State, Pat. I spoke to Pat Hassler, and he'd been speaking to his wife this morning. They were expecting a foot of snow and didn't get anything. So looks like the storm stayed further south. Pat was actually, well, he's further south than me, but running parallel with me. And he parked up yesterday, and there was a travel ban for commercial vehicles coming into effect. He didn't know when he was going to get going again, and when he got up this morning the roads were already open. He waited a bit longer till they were completely clear, and then he left, and he hasn't had any trouble. So I think it stayed much further south and we didn't get as much snow as they were predicting. So we'll head down to the delivery. I've been a busy boy since I last spoke to you. It's only it is 20 past 10 local time Wednesday morning, and this morning I've already delivered, gone out to Rhode Island and reloaded in Rhode Island, heading up to Ontario now. So there is a good chance I'll actually make it to Ontario tonight as well. And with a bit of luck, get one home from there. That would be nice. So I got to my delivery last night, and there was no one there. Backed it on the dock, and there was a notice on the door, unloading hours 7 till 2. At 2 minutes past 6 this morning, local time, he was already in the back unloading. So I got up, got dressed, went in, and they have that load we carried down there, they have airbags down the sides of the trailers because the load sits in the middle, so they put airbags in just to hold it all in place. So I went in, I just started dragging the airbags off for him. I was empty by 6:30 and at my reload by 8:30. Reload was a really tight place to back into, but it was really quick, and it's a really light load as well. Full to the back doors, and I've only got £3,000 on. Fantastic. So we're still in Rhode Island here, and we're pretty much heading back the way we came yesterday. Back up into Massachussetts along the turnpike, onto the New York Thruway. Got toll road all the way to Buffalo, then we're crossing the border at Buffalo in Buffalo, Fort Erie, and then from there I think it's only just over an hour from there to the delivery, and that's just a trailer drop. I can drop it there 24 hours a day, so if I can get there tonight I will. You can also sleep there as well, so that'll be handy. So we're going to go and see what the day brings. Then I'll be back later. I'm going to make it up to Paris, Ontario tonight. I'm going to have enough hours. I'm actually going to cross the border, get fuel, get a shower, and there's an Indian there. I'm going to get a takeaway Indian to take with me. So we're just about to come into Buffalo. You've seen this a couple of times on my videos now if you've watched them. But I'm going to leave the camera running. You'll see me coming round Buffalo and then over the Peace Bridge to the border crossing. I don't know what I'm doing after I've dropped this trailer tonight. So we'll be back tomorrow with an update. Later, guys. 10 to 10 local time, Thursday morning. I've been to Paris, Ontario and dropped my trailer. I'm now bobtailing to Mississauga. I'm just about 14 miles away. Don't know what I'm doing once I get there. Traffic's been pretty good just now. So we should be there for about 10:15 I would imagine local time. And we'll see what's happening then. I'll be back later and let you know. I'm on my way back down to Ohio from Mississauga. I got to the yard, bobtail, and as soon as I sent in my arrived message, I got my reload. So there was a loaded trailer sitting in the yard there ready to go to Cleveland, Ohio. It was only almost 6 hours from Mississauga to Cleveland, Ohio. So I've got enough hours to get there tonight, but there's nowhere to park. So I'm going to go to the last truck stop that I can find. I need to have a look. There's an app I use for finding some truck stops called Trucker Path. I'm going to have a look on Trucker Path. See what truck stops are around there, if any. But if not, there's a Flying J that's about 45 mile outside of Cleveland. That would do for tonight. It's only for delivery at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I wouldn't have to leave there till 7 to get it in there in time. So that's what we're up to. We're heading back down to cross the border at Buffalo, where we crossed last night. I said I was going to leave the camera running, which I did. Now I need to check the footage. I haven't had a look at it yet, but it looks like the camera just stopped recording. So no idea what happened there. So you probably, after me saying I was leaving the camera running, you probably didn't see a whole lot after that. But I won't know until I check all the footage when I get home. But that's what we're up to. We're only about 3 hours from that Flying J now. And it's only 5 to 12 local time. So it's going to be a nice early finish today. And I'll be back tomorrow. I've already delivered in Cleveland this morning. And I'm now on my way down to Troy, Ohio, where I'm going to switch trailers for a load going back to Steinbach. So yes, I am on my way home, but it is 10 to 11 local time here in Ohio, and I won't make it home until Monday because I'm going to run out of hours on the way home, so I'm going to have a reset. So I'm really hoping I can make it to Clearwater up in Minnesota. Then I'll take Sunday off and get home Monday. Been a long time since I had to have a reset on the road. It happens sometimes, you know. It obviously happens because you've had good miles for that week. Extremely good miles without getting home. But I'd rather be at home taking me reset than doing it on the road. But it is what it is. We've got our holidays coming up next month, so I'm going to take a reset on Sunday, get home Monday, take a night at home and leave again on Tuesday is the plan, and we'll see how that goes. So nice and quick at that delivery this morning. I arrived there was nobody else there, straight on the dock. Guy came out and he said we'll just be a few minutes and then we'll start unloading. And I was coming back out of there by 9 o'clock. I got there about 8:15. I was coming out of there by 9. And as I say, Troy, Ohio is just a trailer switch. going to stop on the way down though and grab a shower before I get to Troy. Then on the way back up tonight I can actually stay anywhere, then it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's turning into a long trip, good miles. If we weren't going on holiday next month, I'd have another day off when I got home. But February's already a short month, and then I need to be home by about the 11th or 12th of March for the holidays. So we'll have the reset on the road and turn and burn if it all goes to plan. I've been to switch trailers in Troy, Ohio, and that's me heading home now. But as you can see, not only are we up against it with my driving hours, we're up against it with the weather. So the roads have been okay up to now, although I haven't got to the worst part yet where the worst of the snow is. But it is ending this evening, so if it gets much worse, we'll park up early today and start again tomorrow if that's what happens. But for now we're going to keep on going. The further I get over the next 2 days in my hours, the less hours I'll be using on Monday, which affects next week's trip as well. So we need to be making an effort. But it's not the best, but we'll keep plodding on. So this is what I've wakened up to this morning. These clowns blocking me in, no more than 15 foot in front of me. So let's go knock on some doors. Yeah, you got me blocked in, man. Okay. Yeah, I need to get out, man. You've got me blocked in. Okay. Right. Let's see how long it takes them to move. I hit a bit of bad weather last night. The roads got really bad and I decided to give up. It was only about 4:30 in the afternoon as well, but there was huge long delays, wagons sliding off the road. It was just a mess. So I gave up, got into a truck stop, and as you've just seen, had to move a couple of wagons this morning so I could get out. So they moved, no problem at all, to let me out though. You can't blame them for parking there under the circumstances, you know, the weather and the state of the roads. People were just pulling into the truck stops, which were already full, and kind of just abandoning it there. But those couple of guys moved, no problem. We were driving on about an inch of ice this morning to just north of Indianapolis on I-65, and then it cleared up. And the roads have been like this for the rest of the day. Dry, sunshine, warmed up quite a bit again. It's now only -2. So as I mentioned earlier, I am going to run out of hours today. So I'm going to stop for a fuel and a shower just up here at Oakdale. Well, I'm half an hour away, but I'll stop at Oakdale, get fuel, get a shower, and I'm going to go to Wilson for the night in Wisconsin. Not a bad truck stop. Clean, plenty of room. Got a restaurant, got showers, got a toilet, so I'll park up there this afternoon. I'll probably be there for about 3:30. And probably start about 5 o'clock on Monday morning then. No. Yeah, about 5:30. I need 36 hours off to reset the hours in Canada, 34 in America. So I would get away with having 34 hours off, but I ain't starting at half past 1 in the morning. So we'll start about 5:30 just to get round Minneapolis before the traffic. And that should put us back home for mid-afternoon. So we'll keep plodding on and I'll be back later. Good morning. Well, I've been missing for a day. Didn't do any filming at all yesterday because I had a day off to reset my logbook. So when I parked up in Wilson, Wisconsin, I only had an hour and a quarter left. So I didn't really have enough time. I wanted to get to Clearwater in Minnesota. Didn't have enough time to get there. And there's really no decent truck stops between Wilson and before I'd run out of hours. So I decided to stay there. It's not a bad place, there's nothing to do around there. But it has a restaurant, it has a bakery, it has good food, it has everything you need, showers, toilets. So not bad just for a quick 36 hours off. And that's what we've done. Then we got going early this morning. So I'm going to be back home by mid-afternoon today. But because I've reset the hours, I've decided I'm going to turn and burn. Leave again tomorrow morning. Not something I like to do. Definitely don't enjoy it. Get no satisfaction out of it at all. But we are going on holiday very soon, so needs must. Need to get the miles in and pay the bills. As an owner operator, you know, I don't earn any money when the wheels aren't turning, so while we're on holiday we're not going to earn a thing. So we'll keep going for now while the work's still there. What a beautiful afternoon it's turned out to be. It's 10 to 1 now, and not only am I back in Manitoba, I'm on my way home. I've been back to the yard, dropped that trailer off, and because I'm leaving again tomorrow, I'm just going home in the truck. Something I don't do very often, very seldom do I go home in the big truck. But it makes sense leaving tomorrow morning. No point in starting the pickup, getting that warmed up, getting all my stuff out this truck into the pickup, going home, taking it all in the house, and then doing the same tomorrow morning to go back to work. So going home in the big truck, we can take stuff out straight into the house, get it washed, get all my stuff ready to leave, and put it all straight back in tonight, and then tomorrow we just start the truck up and go. So we're only, I don't know, I think we're only about 4 or 5 miles from the house now. Something like that anyway, not too sure. I know where I live, but I don't know how far it is. So, been a good trip. I'll tell you exactly what I've done now on this trip. So this is, I left a week past on Sunday, this is Monday. And I've had a day off, and I have done 6,835 kilometres. It's been a busy week. But this video must be dragging on a bit now. Not sure how long it's going to turn out to be, because that, as I say, you know, we're on day 9 here now and still recording. So that's it from me, guys. As always, thanks for joining me. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Cheerio for now.